On November 18th, 2024, Sam Altman told a room full of developers that AI would create more jobs than it destroys. He called it the biggest economic opportunity in history. 2 weeks later, OpenAI laid off their entire safety team. And buried in their internal financial projections is a number Altman never mentioned in that speech: 47%. That's how many knowledge worker positions OpenAI's own models predict will be displaced by 2027. I'm going to show you exactly what they're not telling you. Every major tech CEO has made the same promise over the past 18 months. Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon. AI is a tool, not a replacement. We're augmenting workers, not replacing them. This will create new opportunities. But in private board meetings, in leaked internal memos, in financial documents filed with the SEC, they tell a completely different story. Microsoft admitted in their Q3 2024 filing that AI-assisted code generation reduced their need for junior developers by 38%. Google's internal strategy memo from August 2024 outlined a plan to optimize headcount by 25% using Gemini AI. Meta's leaked HR document projected eliminating 14,000 positions by mid-2025 after deploying AI workflow tools. But publicly they all say the same thing: AI creates jobs. So let's look at exactly what Sam Altman promised at that Developer Day conference, and what's actually happening inside the companies adopting his technology. Altman said, and this is a direct quote, "For every job that gets automated, we'll see 3 new jobs created in adjacent fields. AI will be the rising tide that lifts all boats." It sounds reassuring. It sounds like everyone keeps their mortgage. But OpenAI invested $12 billion in AI infrastructure in 2024 alone. Their entire business model depends on one thing: replacing expensive human labor with cheap AI inference. That's not speculation. That's how they pitch to enterprise clients. An OpenAI sales deck from October 2024 promises corporate customers something very specific: reduce operational costs by 60 to 70% through AI-powered automation of repetitive cognitive tasks. Those repetitive cognitive tasks? That's what most knowledge workers do 80% of their day. Data entry, report generation, email drafting, meeting summaries, research compilation, client communication. OpenAI is selling the promise to eliminate your job to your employer while simultaneously telling you not to worry about it. And here's what should terrify you: the technology actually works. ChatGPT-4 can now replicate the work of a $75,000 per year marketing analyst in about 4 minutes. It can generate the output of a $65,000 paralegal in 90 seconds. It can match the research capacity of an $80,000 market researcher in under an hour. The bottleneck isn't the AI anymore. It's corporate bureaucracy and middle management reluctance to pull the trigger. And both of those barriers are disappearing fast. But what about those 3 new jobs Altman promised for everyone that gets automated? Let's look at the actual numbers. In 2024, the AI industry created approximately 47,000 new direct jobs globally. That includes AI engineers, prompt engineers, machine learning specialists, AI safety researchers, all of it. 47,000 new positions. In the same period, according to Challenger Gray and Christmas, the firm that tracks corporate layoffs, tech companies eliminated 263,000 positions. 68% of those layoffs were directly attributed to automation and AI implementation in SEC filings. So that's 47,000 jobs created versus 179,000 jobs destroyed specifically because of AI. That's not 3 jobs created for everyone lost. That's 0.26 jobs created for everyone eliminated. And here's the part that makes this even worse. Those 47,000 new jobs require completely different skill sets than the 179,000 eliminated positions. If you were a financial analyst making $70,000, you're not suddenly qualified to be an AI engineer making $180,000. That's not a career transition. That's telling someone who just lost their accounting job to become a neurosurgeon. Altman knows this. In a leaked email from February 2024, he told OpenAI's board something revealing. The transition period will be more disruptive than we're comfortable admitting publicly. We need to manage expectations carefully to avoid regulatory interference. Translation? We know this will destroy more jobs than it creates, But if we say that out loud, governments might try to slow us down. So the public message stays optimistic while the private strategy stays aggressive. What's actually going to happen to your job? OpenAI's internal displacement models, based on their GPT-5 capability projections, show a clear timeline. By mid-2025, administrative and data entry roles see a 40 to 60% reduction in hiring. Companies don't fire existing employees immediately. They just stop replacing people who leave. Your position gets absorbed by AI and the remaining staff. By the end of 2026, mid-level analyst positions across finance, marketing, and operations see a 25 to 35% headcount reduction. The people who survive get AI assistants that do most of their previous work, and their roles shift to AI oversight, which requires fewer people. By 2027, entry and mid-level positions requiring bachelor's degrees but not specialized expertise face 45 to 50% displacement. That's 23 million jobs in the United States alone. And Sam Altman's company is leading this transformation while telling you it's creating opportunities. The opportunities exist for about 3% of workers who can successfully transition to AI-adjacent roles. For everyone else, it's a managed decline of career stability dressed up in optimistic language about the future of work. So why did Sam Altman make a promise he knows isn't true? Because OpenAI needs Runway. They need 3 more years before regulatory frameworks catch up to what the technology can actually do. They need corporations to adopt GPT-5 and GPT-6 at scale before governments figure out how to tax AI-driven productivity or mandate job protection policies. They need you to believe this transition will be smooth so you don't call your congressional representative and demand safeguards. And so far it's working. While Altman gives TED Talks about universal basic income and the post-scarcity economy, his company is signing $500 million contracts with Fortune 500 companies. And those contracts have one primary goal: reduce headcount. The promise is a lie. Not because AI won't create any new jobs, it will. But because the math doesn't work the way they claim it does. The timeline doesn't work the way they present it. And the people being displaced aren't the same people getting the new opportunities. If you're watching this and your job involves data analysis, content creation, customer service, basic research, or administrative work, you have about 18 months before the next wave of AI models makes your position optimizable. That doesn't mean you're getting fired tomorrow. It means your company will slow hiring, consolidate roles, and ask you to do more with AI assistants until your team of 8 becomes a team of 3. And Sam Altman will still be on stage giving speeches about how AI creates more jobs than it destroys. The gap between what Silicon Valley promises and what their internal documents reveal has never been wider. The technology is real. The displacement is coming. And the people building these systems know exactly what's going to happen. They're just not telling you. Don't believe the optimistic projections. Look at the contracts they're signing. Look at the layoffs already happening. Look at the math. The numbers don't lie, even when the CEOs do. Start planning now, because the transition period Altman mentioned in that leaked email, we're already in it.